Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to the episode of Let's Build a City. This is episode 325, and for those of you that don't know, if you're pretty new, every 25 episodes we do a bit of a world tour of our city. Now, episode 300 has just passed, and that was a huge world tour where we really flew around everything and showed off all of the buildings and stuff. Episode 325, I want to do something a little bit different. I want a collection of ideas in the comments section below. So what I've done, this is the overview version of the map, but it's a really unique way to look at a world. You can do this with any world, and have I done a tutorial on Overviewer? I might have done a tutorial on Overviewer. If I haven't, there's plenty of tutorials out there because that's how I learn. And you can get any world, survival or creative or anything like that, and load it up in this view where you can see absolutely everything. There's no sort of render distance that gets in the way, so we can zoom all the way into our town hall here, Rainbow Row with a little giant like pond behind, a little fishing park. We've got the supermarket, the mine mart, we've got the stadium, and it looks really cool. But as you can see, there's a few little green patches left, and the ideas that you guys come up with in the comment section are fantastic. I just want you to all put them in this episode's comment section, so if I need an idea for something, I can just come back here. This is what we done last episode. Look, hey, with the little power facility. And what I've done is, if I go into Photoshop, I just took a screenshot of it, and now in Photoshop we can zoom in. Obviously it pixelates when we zoom in because it's not like loading up the actual sort of blocks, but what we can do is get it nicely centered, and I can get a little pen here, and I've got a red one. So for example, I would like an idea for something to go here. Okay, now in the overview version we can sort of see it a little bit better. See, it's a little thin strip of green. Now I asked you guys about this a few episodes ago, about 6 or so episodes ago maybe, on what to put here, but all of the best ideas I want you guys to put in this comment section. And I want you to put in a comment, I want you to put red and then your idea. So then the next one we'll do in a purple, and that's up here. Look, next we've got these two sort of larger houses, more suburban, bigger houses, but I've got a little part on the corner here. See, and that little purple, it's still a better circle than that. In that little spot there, which, if I zoom in for you guys to get a better idea of scale, is just here. Now I can't fit, as you can see, I can't fit a large house in there, but I can't leave it blank, and I really don't want to just fill it with trees. I could just take the easy way out and put a load of trees. Obviously trees are probably going to go behind here because I can't really put anything else on the little bank there, so that's probably going to be trees. But here it's a flat-ish area, but I don't know what to do with it. If you guys could let me know on an idea here. I mean, I could probably squeeze in a smaller house, maybe a bit of a taller one possibly. I'll let you guys try and come up with something in the comment section below. So you'll have red, and then what you want for red, and then purple, and what you think would be good in purple. We need to, this isn't really for you, this is more for me, but we need to finish off the power facility that we started last episode. I've got most of it down. We'll lead through from the camp here, like we said, and then a sort of road that goes up and around, or something like that, to get in there. But don't worry about that. We'll worry about that. For my benefit as well, I'm going to do a cyan. I'm going to circle this part of the cathedral because I want to stripe all of that lawn. I think it would just look a lot better. Now, I can't see, or I can't show you in Overviewer here, but behind, about here, underneath the road, is a plot which you don't have too much room on the height wise. It has to be a sort of shorter building. We'll have to do like this one or this one. I'm going to circle that in a nice lime green. I'm going to put the little circle, I think it's about there. Now you guys can't help me with this like lime green one until I go into Minecraft itself. We'll load up Minecraft itself and I'll show you that plot, and maybe you guys can help with that. Now on the beach, I want some more stuff for the beach. I'm going to do this in yellow. I like how we've got like these little, we've got these beach huts here. I've got some more I've got some towers. I've got some sort of rugs and stuff. This part here we need something for. It's behind the industrial area. I think we need to somehow sort of fence it off so it's not accessible to the public, because it goes right into the sort of cargo port and stuff like that. It's not sort of a beach area I want to do, so maybe we have something that goes along here that blocks that off. But then I don't want to just have a wasted beach. Maybe put some kind of wall that goes along and around there or something. Yellow, let me know with yellow, and the same here with yellow as well. I'll keep yellow all beach required sort of stuff. It's mostly here. It's a big blank spot there. I like the rocks that we've got going around here. See, there's just nothing going on. I like the rocks. The rocks work well as like a sea defense and stuff like that. But we need to get more creative. We need to have something here. Maybe like a sandcastle building competition. We could build like little miniature Minecraft castle out of sand. Not quite sure. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I sort of like that idea, but maybe you guys can build upon it a little bit. Around the back of the bowling alley, we've got a really cool sort of supportive wall that holds back this this bank here with the university on the top and the tunnel going through. But I've got this sort of spot behind here. Now, again, similar to how we had up the top, I could just put trees behind here. I don't really want to. I think it's a little bit of an easy cop-out way. I'll do it if we can't think of anything sort of more entertaining. I think there's enough room for a path to run like from here and out behind the building to the car park if we wanted a little bit of a walk that comes down. But then how are we going to sort of divide up the sea or the ocean to the land? Again, we're going to need some kind of wall. So let's get another color here. I'm trying to keep the colors like nice and different so we can all differentiate. So I need something for orange here. And I mean, a nice path walk, but what trees would we want? Do we want birch trees to make it a little bit different? We don't have too many birch trees about. It could be a little bit of a different green going on with a nice sort of sandstone path or something like that. But what colour do we make the wall out of? The wall needs to be relatively high because it's the ocean, but I don't want it to be beach. So we need something in there. Also, I've been thinking about this for about 100 or so episodes, but I've never really told you guys about it. Up here on the airport, we've got the runway and we've got the taxiway and stuff, but then around the side, sort of in between the fence, the surrounding fence here, we've got all of this grass. And I'm thinking about turning all of the grass to either the stone block that we're using for the like runway and taxiways itself, and fill all this part up with like the dark grey, basically. It's like a dark grey sort of tarmac colour. So like in this middle part here where my mouse is, around the outside here, around the back, I think it could just square off. Now I left it grass because at the time it was sort of a bit of a smaller airport and I sort of like the sort of grass outside. But because we've got this andesite almost texture sort of edging around everything, I think if we made it the stone texture we could probably get away with it. I don't think it would look too out of place. I just didn't want it to be like a giant grey slab of nothing, but with all of the lines on it I think we could be okay. So let me just mark that as sort of a my benefit one. I'm going to just do it in grey. I can't really see. A bit of a perfect grey. That was a perfect matched grey. Let's go a little bit lighter. So I'm going to just circle that mostly for my benefit, so I can just load up this image when I'm trying to think of what to do for an episode, and that'll be, I can go, yeah, today we'll just work on this. We'll see if we can do something there. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay, I need to get grass or large trees, so we're going to go with the dark green around the back here. See, we've got all these trees sort of here and stuff. Around the back there, we haven't got anything, so I need to make sure I put trees along there. Now, although you won't be able to see it all that much, I think it'll make a big difference having this sort of leafy blocks being visible around there. Big one. Big help needed with this one. Let's go, what colour don't we have? Let's go with a magenta. Would you call that a magenta? It's between pink and purple. We need something for the mountain. It's really nothing going on at the moment there at all. We've edited it quite a lot, you know, over time. We've made it bigger. I like the fade of the snow sort of on the edge here. We've got a little log cabin going on. We've put, I think that's just the corner of it there. You can't really see it, but there's like a snow cave in there. It was really cool. We've got the sky lift that goes up, but it doesn't go anywhere. It just goes to a platform, and I really don't know how I want to do it. I want like ski routes and stuff, maybe a little pathway that sort of weaves its way up to the peak of the mountain. Maybe even a flag on top, I think, could be quite cool. A little flag on top of the mountain there. But like we could come off here. Let's go on Photoshop and let's get rid of that circle. I'll keep it the same color though. Like we could have a little path that sort of leads up like that. And then we have these sort of slopes that come down. Maybe we can do like an easy, a medium, and a hard. I think we had that before, but it was on the very smaller version of the mountain. But if we're going to do that, then we need some kind. Oh, I don't really want to zoom in on here. We would need some kind of like base, like finish. Otherwise, the skiers are just going to come down. They're going to go off the snow and sort of into the dirt bit. So we're going to have some sort of platform at the bottom where they sort of finish up and then they can sort of circle back round and maybe come down. I don't know. Do we have a little like how we've got this sort of snow hut, this hunter's cabin? Do we do more of those? Like do another one like here somewhere or up here? That's quite a nice spot. I'm going to just mark that. It's almost flat enough there already. Let's do a little circle about there. I think that could be good for a little hunter's cabin. But something. And trees. I've got like some little I think they're like spruce trees, but we're sort of like fir trees. To me sort of makes a lot more sense. Little fir trees going around the hunter's cabin here. I think I want more trees. Maybe the trees even lining the way of the ski slopes could be a good way to do it. It sort of gives you an idea of on where the ski slopes go. So some trees going down there would help as well. If I put some dots like this, some dots going down, maybe little flags, you know, like I think we had like red, blue and black last time for like the different levels of difficulty. That could work quite well as well. Now, behind what we've just been doing last episode, I've got this area here, and as you can see where my mouse is, this is it's not a huge area, but it is quite flat. Now, you guys are going to have to come up with something really clever here, because I wanted to have something to do with maybe the mountain. It's close enough to the mountain to have something to do with the mountain, but it's not in a snowy area. I don't really want like a little wood cabin at the bottom or anything like that. It has no access to roads. The only possible road that we'll have is a dirt one that will come through these trees up here to the little power facility. So we could branch a path off, and the terrain is gentle enough for us to continue a road going up to here. But I need something. I want something here. I don't know what. I'm not quite sure what. I was thinking at first like an observatory, and there wouldn't be much point putting an observatory with a mountain right behind it. You're limiting literally about 200 degrees of vision for an observatory there. But I need something there. What colour should we do that in? Let's do that in like an aqua color. So I need something there. Something here. See in this spot here. Now, this part is nicely sort of busy. We've got the canal boats, we've got the little marina, we've got a small bridge going over here, we've got the railway, we've got the motorway bridge. On this part, we've got sort of the cargo port and the cargo ship. But in the middle here, it's a bit nothing going on. And I'd like to keep this bit a little bit busy. So maybe some boats going on here. But I don't know what boats, because they're not going to be able to fit under this bridge. They might be able to fit under those ones. But maybe some sailboats going on. We don't really have too many. So we've got a little tiny sailboat here. but we could have like a largely sort of yacht boat, nothing quite cruise ship size like this, but sort of something decently sized going through here. Let's do that in a dark blue, sort of similar to the watercolor. That's like literally the color of the water, something darker. Bit darker. Trying to find a color that I can see. There we go. Something just there would just fill up that spot quite nicely. Now I like the oil rig being nicely sort of distant away. You don't want that really too close to the city at all. And I like the Alcatraz island or the prison island. It is just sort of close enough, you know, that you can see it from the power bank last episode. You could see like the lighthouse and everything from there. So really, a really good distance there. This little spot here by the space station is at the moment just sort of a bit overgrown weeds and stuff going on. I'm sure we could do something better with this here. I don't mind it being sort of weeds. It's sort of a little bit, you know, you can't build here. It's too close to the shuttle. So I understand why there isn't any houses or anything like that. But maybe we could do a little bit of a better secure entrance to here. Something like a long hut, maybe, or not hut, a long sort of mobile, like school. Yeah, well, I used to have them in my school. What were they called? Mobiles. Like mobiles. They're like big green mobile things that like classrooms. I'm sure some of you guys probably have them in your school or remember them if you've left school. Something like that going along here. Maybe like a little barrier covering the road. But I want something, a sign, maybe a sign saying that. Could probably something on the front there, like even if it was just like the flag or the logo that we've got on the building there. Maybe the flag would fit. We could put the flag on the front there, and then maybe a sign with like space station written on it or something like that. So let's go with, I'm running out of colours that are easy for you guys to sort of let me know on. Let's go for booger green. I want like a different green. Yeah, we haven't got that sort of coloured green yet. So I'm going to put a little dot on there for the sign. And then we need something here. Something in booger green territory. Okay, anything else that you can really see on here? If you guys see a little spot, like up here, something there. Can I mix that in? I might match that with orange. So you guys can say, yeah, at orange, that part. And I'm sure I'll be able to tell the difference of what orange you're talking about. But this part here, it's just a little bit of no man's land going on. Again, we can fill it with trees. If you guys can't think of anything, or your ideas don't fit or don't work there, then I can just fill it with trees. It's no problem. Looks like it's got a nice bit of access around the back here. There's already a path that sort of leads around the back of here. But something, I'm sure someone can come up with something there. I think behind this house here just needs a little bit of a garden going on, a little bit of you know, fence and stuff like that. But apart from that, there's not really too much sort of green nothing space going on. So let me just jump into Minecraft and I shall give you guys maybe a better idea on size of these areas. Okay, so I've just loaded up Minecraft where we finished off last episode. So this is the size of the area. It's a lot easier sort of to tell what you've got to work with when you're in Minecraft. But for this top area that we were looking at, so it's not too much. I can though extend out the land quite considerably here if we wanted to. If someone come up with a really cool larger building, we can do it. I can extend the land out, you know, to here if we wanted to, and then have a steep drop on the edge. That would be fine. So basically you've got a large area if you need it, if you want, and you come up with a good idea to go there. Where do we want to go? Let's have a quick look at the mountain here for you guys to sort of get an idea on hiccups, size and scale. So I can't exactly do like a hotel up here. There just isn't the room. It's actually a little bit thinner, a little bit smaller than you might think, like width wise and stuff up here as you start getting towards the peak. But I think this was that little flat point. Yeah, here. I can dig into the mountain there if we wanted to have a little hut going on. That's not too much of a problem. This is the runway here. And if we made it the same texture, I don't know. We won't do it today. But I think it could look okay. We don't necessarily need to use the same texture. There's a few different grey blocks. I mean, we could use clay. We could use this sort of clean mossy stone. Although I think that would look a little bit... because the mossy stone that we've got, it has like no texture to it. It's just a simple grey block. It might look a little bit too like flat and empty and stuff. You know, a little bit textureless. This is the bank at the back here that we need to do a load of trees on, which is fair enough. Let's just teleport into the city. Where would be the easiest place? Probably the stadium. Really cool stadium, man. I love this stadium. So, just over here. And it's just under... I think it's even underneath the... slip road here. Yeah, look, we've got a little plot here. It's a bit frame, a little bit laggy while the chunks are loading around here. So it's underneath the slip road and the motorway here, so you don't have too much room, and you get even more limited as the slip road here sort of drops down, so you can't even go as high as that building is here. But it is a nice little sort of rectangular plot. I can get rid of, obviously, the street lamp here if we don't want to, if it's in the way. But I need something to go in here. As you can see, it's not big. I was thinking at one point of like a little something like a DMV. We don't have DMVs in the UK. But I know in the States it's like a DMV. For those of you in the UK, it's like DVLA. Is sort of the same equivalent, but we don't really have buildings for it. Ours are all like online on the web, but they have little buildings where they can do their license, you know, license and tax maybe, or something like that for the vehicle registration, whatever. So potentially there, but it's a bit of a boring building to try and do, and I can't get too creative with like a DMV building. Okay, over here, you guys have seen this plot enough because I've spoken about it a fair bit. It's right where these animals always are. But yeah, it's very thin. There's not too much going on. At the end of the day, I can put a car park in here, like a little strip of cars parked. Wouldn't be too much of a loss or all that bad. But if you guys can think of something more creative, then absolutely go for it. You've got all of the height in the world that you need to do here. We could do something similar to that building there, where we done a very sort of thin and tall, like apartment complex going on. So that would be cool to have there. Something like that. I don't want to really block the view of the motorway too much, especially from the overviewer view. But yep, while we're over here, we'll go this way and just have a look at the beach. We've got little beach huts and stuff. Let's just turn these shaders off. That'll just help with the lag a little bit. That's a bit smoother, right? So yeah, I'm thinking about putting like not like a stone wall. I think I'd want like one of them wooden post walls that they have on beaches, sort of leading all the way out into the ocean, maybe even out into the ocean a little bit, to stop, you know, people from walking here. But then I don't want this part just to be dead land. I want something on this beach. But again, not sure what. Maybe bust down this fence here and have a little, I could squeeze a road in, or get a road coming in from the side or off the cargo port. And who is that? There's a civilian. One. Oops. Get out of here, delete. They must have escaped somewhere. Man, I think I've had a few of these. I don't know why everything congregates here. The animals are only in this area. That civilian has obviously walked over here. I wouldn't have spawned a civilian over here at all. So they must have walked all the way over here somehow. But yeah, I could have like a little road that comes back here. That would take up quite a lot of space. Little road that comes out the back here. Need to change that to sand. That's grass there. Look. And have something out the back here. Again, it's a little bit boring. I could make those into garage doors, have like a little exit on the back. So potentially there's something we can do there. Again, there's a little road access here if we wanted to. I might make that into more of a pedestrian one though, and have like a nice sort of winding path that just comes out to the beach huts here. That could be quite good. Any other places? Oh yeah, at the bowling area, if we just teleport to the island, I think, will be the closest point for us. So this is behind the bowling alley. Again, not too much room. Potential to have a path coming off here. I can always sort of move the shape of that wall there if we wanted to have a path that leads around. So like from your hotel, you come out of your hotel, you've done your swimming stuff, you've got to go for a little walk. You can come down here, maybe loop around the back, and then up into the woods, maybe around the university grounds or something like that. Again, not quite sure, but there's really not too much room going on here. If you think of something that would work there, then you're amazingly creative, because that's a really tough one to do. Same as this one is a very tough one to do as well. Hey, picking a tree. There's really not much room here at all. You could have something small and tall. Radio tower, something like that. We don't have a radio tower. Maybe we could have a radio tower up in the woods somewhere. I like the idea of a radio tower. I just don't like the idea of it being here. But yeah, little radio tower. I think I had one in the last city, or on like Series 1 on the Xbox of Let's Build a City. I'm sure I had a radio tower. Yeah, something we don't have here. Okay, radio tower. I'll put that on the list. Okay, and then this is the little area down here. I think, though, talking about it with you guys just now, I think I've got a good idea on what I want here. You know, flag going on that should be enough room. A little sort of smallish building here, like a little one-story mobile style thing. And then maybe a sign or some security gates or something like that. It's really a little bit too open here at the minute. It needs to have a little bit more security going on into the space shuttle area. But yeah, a little bit different of a world tour. I know there wasn't really too much sort of looking around or anything like that, but if you want to see this world in a lot more detail, then go back and watch episode 300, because visually, like exteriorly wise, there isn't really any difference, because for the last sort of 20 odd episodes, we've been doing a lot of interior stuff with the town hall, with the school, well, everywhere. We've been the cathedral itself. So if you want to see like an actual tour of the city in vehicles and helicopters and stuff, episode 300 is the episode to watch for that. I want this episode to have the comments section absolutely packed full of ideas. I want a radio station near blue. I want an idea for the beach on yellow. I think you could do this, and just look. I don't care how many ideas you put. If you come up with like 5 ideas and then a little while later you come up with another one, just come back onto the video and write another comment. It's just going to be my go-to place from now on to refer to ideas for all the stuff that we've talked about this episode. If you guys enjoyed the episode, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe, and we shall see you in the next episode.